Well, if you've been watching the videos of Beth and our adventures on a motorcycle and you're living in the West, you're probably horrified at how little she cares about safety. Gradually, I'm getting it through to her. You can see that I don't take it so lightly myself, but you have to understand that this is a different world. What do I say? It's same planet, different world. And obviously I ride a bigger bike, and so the odds are up on going faster and getting into a bigger mess. But I try to be prepared as much as I can. I wear a better glove with a little reinforcement of it, not hugely expensive. I did buy this jacket, obviously leather. If you do take a tumble, leather can take the stress and the wear and the injury that your body will be taking. Well, if you've been looking at Beth, she's been having some injuries, and it is coming home to her that you really need to take precautions. You'll notice that her two companions, John and May and Mia, are not wearing any kind of protection at all, but they did, at least on their rides, they did at least have long sleeve jackets on and jeans, which is probably about as much safety precautions they're going to take. I try to get them to realize that you need a helmet. Now, this is the best helmet. This is an Evo, as you can see. It's the best helmet that I could buy, and it's full face. Now, Beth's sister recently took a fall, not a huge collision, just a fall, and she didn't have a helmet on at all, not even an open face helmet. But if she'd had even an open face helmet, she would not have been protected. And as it happened, she lost two or more of her front teeth, suffered damage to her lip, and on the chin she was cut to the bone. You would think that this would have taught everybody a lesson, but it didn't. And this really brings it home to a foreigner, or should bring it home to a foreigner, just how different the attitude here is. Now, it's not that Filipinos are bad riders, bikers. They're not, actually. It's a contradiction. They are extremely skillful riders, but there's no training here that will teach them what a roadside or road ethic should be. So there's no courtesy in the normal sense. There's no respect for other riders in the normal sense. And it really does make you realize that this is because there is no training, and it's in direct contrast to the amount of training that we as foreigners go through right from the word go. If we're with a father who, if the family has a bike, if the family has a car, we're watching the way that people behave on the road, and they behave totally different in the West to how they behave here. Because there's no training, it really is every man for himself. So you have pulling out from the right. Obviously we're driving on the right, riding on the right. They pull out straight onto the road. It seems like they do that without watching, without looking. And you have to allow for that. There's cats, dogs, cows, an occasional stray pig on the road. And all of these hazards are normal, commonplace, and you have to be ready for that. Now, with a bike this heavy, possibly I might be able to run over a dog and survive. But if you're doing 60 or 80 kilometers even, probably you might suffer quite severe injuries. Can't get over that. I can't get that over to Beth or Talatlik or BB or any of the kids. They will ride 4 to a bike, 4 to that little Suzuki Smash, which is the scooter type of bike that you will have seen Beth riding. They'll ride 4 to that bike and not think anything of it. And now it's revealed that the front brake is really not that. Hey, my dog Turco. They're riding with a bike where the brakes are not that good. I say you should put it in and let's get it fixed. And hopefully that will happen tomorrow. So at least when they go on their next adventure, they will have a roadworthy bike. Now for this bike, it has ABS brakes, has traction control. It's all obviously in excellent shape. It's almost brand new. Done very little in terms of mileage. What has it done? Let me look. It's done, where is it? It's actually only done 4,000 kilometers, that's all, so it's in perfect shape. It's also, in 4,000 kilometers, it's also had 3 or 4 oil changes, so everything is checked and perfect, and I'm not prepared to do any less on that. It's actually very inexpensive compared to the Raptor to have anything done on it. When I go in, I have a full service on it, check all the electronics, do an oil change, check all the fluids, make sure that everything is going perfectly, and they tune the bike and it comes back working beautifully. And I might pay, say, 5 or 6 or 700 pesos for that. So I'm not afraid of putting in the bike that Beth is riding, but she's not in a hurry, and she will ride it anyway. I live in hope that I will be able to instill in her a greater respect for her own safety, and I do try to make the point that she's actually in control. She is in charge of something which could cost somebody else's life as well as her own. So that's my little update on what Beth is doing, and let's hope that she will listen. So I'll say bye and thanks for being with me. I just sat on the bike so that you could see it and see how I go out dressed and make sure I have long pants on. And even though I haven't been wearing this jacket because it is too hot, when I get there it's impossible to walk around, and I couldn't leave it with the bike. But I bought it with that intention of waiting for colder weather. So now that Beth is here, perhaps she'll turn the camera off for me.
Why, what for?
You can turn the camera off.
Okay.